Here we have a new 2024 Subaru Impreza. Now this one comes in the RS trim level, hatchback. Comes in pure red. And then we have black and red cloth interior, sport cloth interior, excuse me. And for the powertrain, we get a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine that's mated to Subaru's Lineartronic CVT. But as we come around to the front end here, love that front fascia. It's aggressive yet pretty. We get LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. And just a nice sporty front end, especially in this red. It really does it for me. And down here we get the 18-inch dark gray alloy wheels, which look really good paired with this red. And then just the gloss black accents throughout. And we get passive keyless entry on the front. And then over here, we have our power mirror controls, power door locks, power windows, rear window lock. And then we do have blind spot monitors in the side mirrors. Now this one has the option group 3, so part of that is the Harman Kardon sound system. And then our hood release right there. We get a manual tilt, telescoping steering wheel. And here's our power driver seat. So that's gonna be a 10-way seat with 2-way power lumbar support. Also part of that option 33 package. I don't know why I said 03, but it's option package 33, and I'll show you that on the window sticker momentarily. But a big thank you to Daryl Waltrip Subaru for allowing me to review this Impreza today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're trying to find an Impreza in your area, make sure you go ahead and click that link down below, fill out that info, and I'll make sure you get matched up with local dealers fighting to give you that best price on one of these. But this sticker's for $32,059, and really not bad, even the sticker price. But I'll see how it holds up when I drive it. But so far, I mean, that's just inexpensive, period, compared to what everything else is going for right now. So legroom back here is really good, and the headroom is pretty good as well. It's not like a ton of space, but it's just enough, especially for this to be a car. I'm just impressed by that. Seat back pocket on the right side, USB-C-A, USB-C, excuse me, and a USB-A charge port there. There's a look at the front from back here. And there's a sunshade for the sunroof. Wonder what color these lights are. All right, so we get the nice LED lights, that's good. Middle seat, bottle holders. And then over here, we can pull this down and we can hang our shirts if we need to keep those straight on our way to work. But yeah, the pure red is just, love it, I absolutely love it. Now as we come around to the back end here, love the tail lamps. I just like the design overall. I don't think they're like full LEDs, but I'm sure you can swap out some of the bulbs, like the reverse lights, turn signals, all of that. And of course, with it being a hatch, pretty easy to open. And then we do have our cargo shade that's installed there. We can fool with all that there. I love how they did these side trays. So have a little circular one there, rectangular one there. We get it on both sides, and then we can lift this up here, and we have even more storage if we need it. So yeah, again, just an aggressive looking car in this pure red. There's the exhaust. But as we come around to the rear passenger side, first gonna look in the fuel door. There's the cap there. And if you wanna fold the seat down, pull here. Pretty easy to do. It'll fold flat. There are your top tethers for your car seats. And then your lower anchors are right back in behind there. So not the easiest to get to, but I think it's Velcroed on, so you could just pull it off if you want to and then Velcro it back under there. Now to the front passenger seat, we get a manual seat back, manual seat bottom. Glove compartment here, owner's manuals are in there. Now one thing these Subarus love to do, they're considered one of the safest vehicles out on the road, but if you don't have a seatbelt on, they love to keep beeping at you till you put it on, even if the car's not moving. Well, there's that 2.5 boxer 4-cylinder. Now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat take a quick rundown of what we have in here. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. You know, I'm just gonna put my seatbelt on. That's how they keep you safe on the road. Even reviewing the car and not moving, I'm like, geez, I'll put it on. So over here to the radio, we have our AM, FM, as well as XM. And we can go ahead and save by just holding here. And I believe you get 12 presets, or 18 presets, excuse me. And then we can go through this top menu here and change what view is there. And I really like this because I like to see the oil temp, the calendar, and all that there. And then you can also see the weather if you so choose. And then down here, auto stop, automatic brake hold, settings for your Bluetooth device. You can manage all of that in there. And I like that we have shortcuts. They're out of the way, but easy to get to, if that makes sense. And then we have the dual zone climate controls. We can toggle here. And if you want to adjust fan speed, you can do that. Or if you want to get in depth with it, you can pull this up and, you know, scroll through and do all that. And then adjust the fan direction. Volume's here. Click there to mute. Tune knob is here. If you hold the button down, you can go ahead and pull up your settings. You go in here first. I think I keep hitting the button or turning the knob. So hold that down. And you can get up your sound customizations, adjust your bass, mid, treble, all of that. Hazards are up here. Backup cameras there. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then you have several other menus to choose from. Apps are in here. So you can have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And then if you go into your settings here, you can mess with your Wi-Fi hotspot, the clock, and your meter screen. You can go in here and fool with that. And then if you want to change your temperature units or language or units of measurement for your tire pressure sensors, you can adjust that here. That's pretty much all the important stuff. Down here we have an aux input, USB-C, USB-A port, and then a wireless charging pad right there. And for the shifter, hit the lever, reverse neutral drive, come over here to manually shift, and you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, and you'll get that 8-speed manual mode with the CVT. 2-stage heated front seats, electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage, 12 volt here, 2 bottle holders here, center console cubby space, and then up here we have our lights. And then we also have the roof here, and those controls are right here. So we can hold that down for a second, then it'll slide back by itself, and then hit it a second time to get it all the way back. There's a view of the back seat from up here. And then you have the garage door transmitter integrated to that rear view mirror. And I'm impressed we get an LED light here for the vanity mirror. See if I can take this off again. Okay. So headlamp controls, blinkers, fog lights, high beams. And then over here we have the intermittent wipers, one time off, intermittent low, high. We can adjust that intermittent frequency here. And then we do have a rear wiper since this is a hatch, so you can pull that way or pull that way for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front wiper fluid. And then over here we can go through track list, radio station presets, audio sources, Bluetooth controls, voice recognition, volume, and then we can use this to go through that top part of the gauge cluster if we want to change the info being seen right in there. And then over here, we have our SI mode. If we want to toggle those drive modes, and then we can adjust the gap for the cruise control, turn it on there, set the speed, lane centering there. There's one more thing I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so love the pedals here. We get these sport pedals and those look very, very good. So very impressed by that. And then over here, trip knob is here. We can go between A and B, hold to reset, push button start. Here's the key fob. And next it's time to go ahead and take this 2024 Subaru Impreza RS out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Impreza RS, we do get auto stop, which is helpful when I'm sitting at a stoplight. But I also get pretty good horsepower when I'm ready to go. So 182 horsepower here, still getting 26 miles per gallon city, 33 highway, which is really good for something that's still pretty fun to drive, especially having the symmetrical all-wheel drive system, with this being a Subaru. But it's pretty quiet like most of the Subarus are with this engine, driving in city traffic, which I really like. And it just pairs so efficiently with the CVT. And a lot of that just has to do with having these two drive modes. So if I want to use the I there or go into the S there and just kind of give it a little more pep, I can do that. And I've said this before, the paddle shifters on the Subarus that have the manual mode are pretty fun, even though it's not a traditional transmission that you're shifting, quote unquote shifting. But it just makes the drive a little bit more enjoyable, especially if you're used to the older Subarus like the WRX, just the Imprezas in general, the ones that used to be really sporty. It's nice that you still have that capability at your fingertips. But at the end of the day, this is still the practical choice here. And I'm saying that if you're looking at cars like this, because you have all-wheel drive capability, you have very good fuel economy, the space in here is fantastic for a car of this size. And then you still have, I mean, you saw the crash test ratings on that sticker. Everything was 5s, rollover, front, side impact, everything. So that's still Subaru's #1 priority, and it shows. Now here in the I mode here, this is meant to be more efficient, but it still has plenty of pep. You don't have an eco mode that kind of feels like an eco mode. This feels more like a normal mode, which I like. And then put the S in drive, and then you kind of just get the higher revs and things of that nature. But what I like about it is either one of these I could just drive all the time. Like the S doesn't really feel like a sport mode unless you want it to be a sport mode. So if you put your foot down, all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, that's what this is for. Now I want to give one more thank you to Daryl Waltrip Subaru for allowing me to review this Impreza RS today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to get the best deal on an Impreza in your area, make sure you click that link below. It takes about a minute or two to fill out that information, and we'll make sure that the dealers in your area are fighting to give you that best possible price on one of these. But we're gonna try and give it a little throttle getting on the interstate here if we can. But it looks like I'll be in traffic, so we can't get a really good pull. But I mean, for 33 grand, you can't beat what you get here. And you do get a lot in terms of features, fuel economy, and just something that's capable with the all-wheel drive. So I had to go through some traffic back there. They were doing some construction. But lane centering on here, I can tell you just from driving other Subarus, is pretty stellar. It's not meant to be a full self-driving technology, but you could take your hands off the wheel if you want to every so often. Just make sure you're paying attention the whole time. And the car does want you to keep your hands on the wheel the entire time. But I mean, for what it is, I think the car is, like I said before, a really good price for something that's this capable. I mean, it's somewhat quick. The paddle shifters are fun. Love the screen. These screens have been in Subarus for a minute, but I still feel like they're pretty up to date. They still feel modern. They still feel like they have a ton of tech in them. And it's a good overall package if you want a car that drives like a car, feels like a car, handles like a car, parks like a car, but has that all-wheel drive capability. And seeing as there aren't that many just full-on car-style hatchbacks on the road, it's really hard to really give a competitor to this vehicle here. but it's still, again, it has all the features you would want: blind spot monitors, adaptive cruise, lane centering, heated seats. And this one even has the Harman Kardon sound system and the sunroof. So if I were to get one of these, this is pretty much how I'd spec it out. So I want to give one last thank you to Daryl Waltrip Subaru. And again, if you're looking to find a car in your neighborhood and you want to make sure you get the best possible price, make sure you check out the link below, fill out that info, and I'll get the dealers fighting to get you that best price. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Subaru Impreza RS.